rarely address a film with more misgiving than I do this one. My hesitation does not arise from any doubt I entertain as to the correctness of the statements I am about to make, of the strength of the argument I propose sustaining, or of the soundness of the deductions I intend to draw. On all these points I am thoroughly persuaded in my own mind. My reluctance to speaking springs from the conviction I entertain that everything I can say will be valueless and may be locally mischievous. I want to talk about Newcastle's old town hall that once stood in the heart of the city. Newcastle on Tyne's Town Hall, 1887. The Institute of Naval Architects wined on German wine and dined on the fish of the Tyne. Pickled salmon was on the menu and it was caught just down the river. The brine of the Tyne went exceptionally well with the wine. The naval architects did not design this town hall, no, that was a job for some other architects, John Johnstone, I believe. It was built in 1855, partially demolished in 1930, and then fully demolished in 1973. The town hall held many extravagant parties and secrets. A boiling pot, once owned by the renowned poet Robert Burns, once boiled a haggis at the town hall in 1859. And there was even a zoo, of sorts, that occupied some of the ground floor over the winter months in the 1960s. Oscar Wilde once gave his famous lecture, The Mission of Art in the 19th Century, to a mildly enthralled crowd. With Wilde's witty didactic jargon in mind, it may be hard to imagine a time before intricate wordplay and frivolous verbal vernaculars. It was perhaps a time where words were just sounds, or a group of sounds appealing to the ear, or a letter or a group of letters appealing to the eye. A time where facts were facted and fictions were fictitious facts, told expertly well. Nowadays we often get snared into a monotonous mode of life, one that all too often misguides us into not noticing the ornamental. I asked a very tall man what he thought of this.
It is said that when surveying a Gothic building you may become distracted by the multiple steel ornaments, and lose the whole by minute attention to the parts, so the mind in pursuing a work overstocked with wit is fatigued, and disgusted with the constant endeavour to shine in surprise. This is the case where a writer overabounds in wit, even though that wit in itself should be just and agreeable. But it commonly happens to such writers that they seek for their favourite ornaments, even where the subject does not afford them, and by that means have 20 insipid conceits for one thought, which is really beautiful, or something to that degree.
You must, however, take everything with a pinch of salt. This is an old idiom which means to take things lightly, and to do so with the aid of a sceptical lens. To see the world through a lens such as this would increase your value within the world. It is on Robert Burns' birthday that someone teased that the haggis may need some seasoning, and with this, the first usage of the idiom pinch of salt was used in the town hall. The first hard truth we should realise is that we are not naturally endowed with the ability to think clearly and logically, but that our minds must be properly trained and practised if we wish them to function in an efficient, orderly and logical manner. Clear thinking is a skilled work. For example, people who have not been taught to fly find nothing unnatural in the fact that they are not trained pilots, and would not be offended if this were pointed out to them. But the majority of people with untrained minds would be deeply offended and even highly indignant if they were told that their minds were untrained and that therefore it was highly probable that their thinking was muddled and illogical. Let's try this out. Say, did you know that you have an untrained mind? Quite indignant. One thing is certain, the predominance of muddled thought is not because the normal person is incapable of clear thought, rather it is due to one of two reasons. Either because the normal person feels that thinking is a natural accomplishment and that it is therefore as foolish to talk about learning to think or practicing thinking as it would be to talk about learning to breathe or practicing hearing, or because they take an easy path and think only what they have been brought up to think, what the vast majority of the fellows think, what their newspapers tell them to think, or what their emotions assure them it will be better for them to think. Before Before we get into the reasons why it might be that people believe what they want to believe, it is important to remember that people do not read articles, watch films such as this, or listen to lectures in a logical, dispassionate way. They will often listen or read selectively, skipping over statements which conflict with their own established beliefs or attitudes. Sometimes people become emotionally aroused and consequently not amenable to rational argument. This implies that successful publicity is written in the light of a clear understanding of the nature of the audience, anticipating misunderstandings that are likely to occur. There is an old saying that when emotions come in the door, truth flies out the window. Words cannot only conjure up ideas, but emotions as well. In fact, many words appeal so strongly to the emotions that their basic meanings are completely obscured. The unscrupulous orator who is concerned not to persuade their hearers of the truth of their ideas, but only to win their emotional allegiance to the course of their action they are advocating, understands this very well. The lost foundation stone of this town hall held all that was left of a most generous and joyous occasion those many years ago. The contents will most likely never be found. Orators will choose, therefore, only the words that will produce the emotion they require. And only too often is this able to obtain the emotional allegiance they desire. The buildings that hence here shall I listen to my mart. His stones are dressed, here doors have coats and caps are cut by art. The pillars ground may be compared to trousers shapely cut, trousers that lie not on our hands but fall upon our foot. Smart boots and socks are pedestals, the collar marks the arch. The molds are stuck in white, the shirt fronts show their starch. Emotional words merely prejudice an infants, and by rousing our emotions they prevent us from reaching an impartial conclusion. Whenever we come across such words, therefore, we should be on our guard and should recognize them for what they are, one of the greatest barriers to clear thinking that we shall encounter. So why do we believe what we believe? Fortunately, people do not believe things simply because they're true, logical, or laced with facts. Take, for example, the following. People will accept something if they are told it is already accepted by the people they respect and admire, similar to the film stars advertising Sunlight soap or a visit to the Winter Zoo in the now demolished town hall. People believe or accept what they feel is believed or accept by the mass. 4 million readers can't be wrong, surely. People accept things if by doing so they increase the favourability of their own image. Top people take the towers. People believe statements they would like to be true. The research in the relationship between smoking and lung cancer proves nothing. People believe statements that carry authority, and it has been scientifically proven that actual medicine is considerably more effective than laughter. So a well-trained thinker with a logical mindset will be aware of these methods. Now you are too. I hope this has helped you reevaluate how you think, both logically and illogically. Should you believe everything you see on the wireless? You should always question your surroundings and many of the things you're told. This is something you may find as important as practicing breathing or practicing hearing. It makes you think about the measure of salt needed to make something unbelievable.